All right. So during the commercial break, we were kind of talking Marvel, DC, whatever, and then Mike L thought that he would just start talking some trash about Marvel. Well, I don't know, but you have something to say.
Yes, I do.
In
light of what we've seen today, I have a theory. I'm going to give my evidence first, then my conclusion. Okay?
Are you reading out of the comic again?
No, I'm not. I'm reading out of a piece of paper here.
Okay.
They've given the Scarlet Spider.
Yes.
They've given him his own series.
Right.
They've given the Age of Apocalypse his own series, which is another 90s storyline which they brought back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Avengers fighting the X-Men, which we all remember from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we have the Return of the Phoenix, which is a 1982 story that they keep going back to like 6 or 7 times now.
Are they doing The First Time I Touched a Girl?
No. So
the first time I moved out of my parents' basement.
So the thing is
that was a hilarious story.
So in light of what we see here, in my opinion, I honestly have to say I think Marvel Comics is dead. They are completely...
Because they're just rehashing stuff.
Their whole company is right now, with the exception of Daredevil by Mark Waid, is just churning out...
So they're not dead.
Well, they're
on life support.
They're dead to me. They're called the House of Ideas or the House of Rehashed Ideas from the 90s. They're just catering to this fanboy audience of aged people who are still reading comics.
Why are you pointing at me when you say aged?
No, I'm just saying they're just repackaging old stories. And let's be clear. This is Marvel's response to the DC reboot. We're supposed to get excited about the Phoenix coming back. She's already been back 7 times. This is the best they got.
Okay, wait. Time out.
Marvel's dead.
Okay, but can I just say one thing? I want to hear rebuttal from someone who knows what they're talking about. You want to comment with that?
I do. The numbers would say otherwise. Numbers are going up on it.
The orders.
The orders. They're going by orders. I'm going by numbers. Everything I've ordered I'm selling out of. That's fine.
Marvel.
Yes, of Marvel. However, when you say Marvel's out of ideas, I totally agree. I think they... but look, can you blame them? They're owned by Disney. They, Disney had their lawyers come in and talk to Tom Brevoort a little bit about how, what's this Marvel thing all about? What other business, what other media industry has people come in and say, okay, your retailers buy things 2 months in advance with no returnability, and just do it on a whim, and have very little ways that they can actually alter their orders. It's a model that Disney's never seen, and Disney is like, they're like salivating. They're like, oh my God, this never existed with any other medium.
That sounds like a great deal.
It sounds great for them, and how can you blame them either? They're making movies that are millions and millions of dollars that they recoup. It's an IP farm now. It's an intellectual property farm.
But that's what comic books have always been. Comic books have always been the idea. No, comics have always been the idea that next month it may change. Next month it may get better. In the 80s, in the 90s, when the storylines got crazy and stupid and things like that, we all hung on. We all hung on because it was going to get better. It was going to get more exciting.
It's a built-in audience.
But then in the 90s, we gave up.
But no. But Time Life Warner, that has been doing DC for a long time, they're publishers. I guess the professionals have been doing it for a long time. They have been an established company. They know how to hang on to the anchor. They know how to trail. You know what I mean? They know how to keep their audience to a degree. And Marvel, maybe with this new thing with Disney. Might figure it out.
No.
You know what I mean?
Let me just say this.
Wait a minute.
With DC,
just in the sense that Superman's always going to be Superman. Batman's always going to be Batman. Batman kicks. You know what I mean? And can you?
Well, only the 70,000 copies a month, though.
Well, no. Let's just say this: DC is a more retailer-friendly type of situation. They've got a guy that calls me once a week. What do you need? And I'm more likely to say I'm out of this trade or this trade. But I have a relationship, actually. I have a touchstone with DC. I can actually view my opinion, and it's actually thought of. Marvel, they could give a shit.
Well, they were owned by Revlon. They were owned by, you know what I mean? This company has been...
Okay, wait. Can I say something now? Because
Sure.
Listen, I hear you guys talking. I hear a lot of this going on. Comics all over the table. Listen, I grew up with Marvel. I love Marvel. The fact that they're running out of ideas and they're rehashing stuff, I hate to break it to you guys. DC had this really, really bad 52. They lock you into buying a book for 52 weeks for an end result to be 0. Then, because they're full of all these great ideas, let's reboot and start from number 1. Where, okay, Marvel's rehashing stories from the past. Hate to break it to you, but 90% of every movie we watch today or book we read is a reenactment or...
But the DC reboot even with the stories we've reviewed here, Wonder Woman's by Brian Azzarello is a new story. Batman by Scott Snyder is
They're all
new,
terrible.
But
They're all terrible.
No.
Scott Snyder's
I
Batman
disagree.
is a new mystery, the Court of Owls. These are new stories.
Listen,
Marvel,
Animal Man sucks.
No,
The
wait a minute.
numbers
Look,
say otherwise.
But here's the thing: is
They
that's
totally.
the thing is that
That's what I'm
the
telling you.
But
audience.
they're all at number one again.
But the thing
That's
is,
why.
but
It doesn't
No.
matter. No, I've held more people as new readers. I've had more subs come in because of the new 52.
But wait, guys, time
I've-
out.
I've-
number one
seriously.
book. Number one sold book.
I'm
But for
tying
one
that
issue,
completely
for one
to money.
issue.
No, number two issue, he went up 10%.
Yeah, you're talking one issue. And
Aquaman
the books
is-
are still not. I haven't lost one reader yet. It even baffles the guys over at DC. I talked to them. They're like, "Would you, in a million years, would you tell me that Aquaman was outselling Uncanny X-Men, which it did? I mean, would you ever believe that? I mean, come on, it was kicking ass.
But it may have been.
Shame.
But it may have been outselling X-Men before the reboot.
It wasn't
No.
Aquaman. No
Nope.
way, man.
Okay,
No,
all
this
I'm
is-
gonna say is I think Marvel being owned by Disney, the thought of it is, but the reality is they know how to make money. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They're in much better hands with Disney than they were with Stan Lee.
Do you think
But
so?
here's the thing: is
100%.
let me
I don't
point out
know.
something though. DC is owned by Warner Brothers,
Right.
and DC's got Batman, and the Batman movies are better than any Marvel movie.
All these movies are now, they're climbing. They're not like they were before. The Spider-Man trilogy, all these movies, if you put them together, you can take Batman all you want. I'll take Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, the Avengers, and Iron Man, and you give me the relaunch of Superman.
Can I-
Superman
Dude, no,
Returns,
no.
and the Batman
No,
series.
that was
I just
crap.
want to bring up one.
Everybody tells the comic industry's dying. I don't see it. I think it's going up, especially coming out of this recession. I see it going up, especially with Image Comics. Look at all the option properties that are coming out of Image. Walking Dead now, Thief of Thieves. I'm sure there's a couple more that are in the pipeline.
Oh, Dynamite,
It's getting
Lone
better and better.
Ranger.
The numbers are going up for comics. You're getting more readership. It's nothing but good
And
stuff.
you know what? Let's be clear. I know so many people that don't read comics, but they read Walking Dead because they saw the show. That's
Absolutely.
bringing in new readers.
Yeah, that's,
this is not going to bring in.
The only
no
two-
one's going to read this. And
The only
like
two
it.
properties that brought in money into my shop, Watchmen, and that's one book, and I probably
Yeah.
sold 200 of those things
Yeah.
before the movie even
trade
came out.
paperbacks.
Yes, the trade.
Yeah.
And then Walking Dead.
V for Vendetta.
No,
All right.
nothing. The only two properties, Walking Dead and Watchmen, are the
Carl
only two.
Sagan's comment on pants.
No, we can debate all night, and then I think really it's going to come down to fisticuffs. So whatever. Brian, thanks for coming down on the
Thank you,
show,
sir.
being our guest, the crew, and everyone that came out for the show tonight. Thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah! Julia, this guy right here, Brad. Okay. Thank you, Tom and Frank. Hey, where did George go?
Who didn't want Robert Downey Jr. to take his shirt off? Not me.
Beats
Like
me
a
too.
one or
Like a thank you
Whoa,
very much.
whoa,
Okay.
whoa.
Shut the front door. In 1978, writer David Michelinie,
David Michelini.
writer Hank Pym, then his identity as Yellow Jacket.
Wait, then in his identity.
Oh, then.
Okay.
Reading is for stupids.
Then in his identity.